In this lesson, we're going to learn how to play the A major scale. The A major scale is definitely a step up from the D major scale, and if you haven't yet seen my lesson called the D major scale, I would strongly urge you to do so. The A major scale contains a new finger pattern. That new finger pattern is the whole pattern. First finger and second finger whole step, second finger, third finger whole step. Now on the way down, just as we did in the D major scale, we'll also use a fourth finger. This time will be whole half. That's on the G string. Same thing on the D string. The other strings will be a regular whole half pattern, and on the way down whole half whole. On the E string, however, we don't use our fourth finger anytime. Now, let's talk about the scale itself. There's something else that happened. I don't know if you realize I used all four strings just now in demonstrating this. In the D major scale, we only did on two strings. In this case, we're doing all four strings because what we're actually doing is playing across two octaves. We're playing from this A to this A and up to this A. And then we're going back to this A and back to this A. So you get the idea. We're going, even though I didn't sing two octaves on the way down because I was chickening out, we have, we have two octaves. So from one A to another A, and then from that A to another A, and then backwards. So let's play it. First finger on the G string with a mouse hole, elbow underneath the string. Whole step, D string. Now again, two whole steps. A string. Now we're going to do whole step, half step. Again, whole step, half step. Let's do it backwards. Whole step, half step. Now fourth finger is going to be coming around. This is going to be whole step, half step, whole step. With parachute fingers and open hands. Now this pattern is going to be whole step, half step. Keep in mind, I'm saying the names of the patterns, what will be backwards from your perspective. I'm starting from the first finger and going up when I say the pattern names. Half step, whole step, and again, whole step, half step on the G string. Let's do it again, the whole scale going up and down. Whole, half. I'm sorry, just whole. Whole on the D string. Whole half on the A string. Whole half on the A string. Going backwards, whole half on the E string. Now fourth finger, and we're going to have whole half whole. Again, now fourth finger again, and now it's going to be whole half from the perspective of first finger through fourth finger. And whole half. Finger around. Now, if you really want to make this simple for you, sometimes it might be easier to actually write down the names of the patterns on a piece of paper, put it up on your music stand, and then you can play it along with the video. So, the first one you'll write, I want you to write ascending, then put G string, and underneath the words G string put whole. Then put D string. Underneath the words D string, put whole. Then put A string. Underneath the words A string, put whole, half. Then put E string. Underneath the words E string, put whole, half. Now, don't forget that in between all of those patterns, there's also open strings. In other words, if I play whole on the G string, well, that's fine and dandy. But then if I went immediately to whole on the D string, I'd forget that there's an open string with no fingers first. So here's what I mean. That's whole, now open string, no fingers. Then. And again, open string, no fingers. So there's open strings between each of those individual patterns. So if you want, you can also put the number 0 between each pattern, just to remind you that before you go right into the patterns, you've got to play an open string. Now on the way down, we don't have open strings. We pick each finger up one at a time. Now, as I said, I'm saying the finger patterns from the relation of the first finger up. I'm not going backwards, even though from your perspective, you'll be thinking backwards. But we can't start going backwards because it just makes matters too confusing. We need to have a standard terminology. So on the way down, from the E string, the pattern is whole half. Then on the A string, using the fourth finger, and you can put the number 4, if you want, between this pattern and the next one. Just to remind you, we have whole, half, whole. Then on the D string, whole, whole, half. Then on the G string, again, whole, whole, half. So I hope that makes sense to you. Please feel free to email me any questions you might have. This is a lesson which is a little bit hard to describe on the internet. It's better if you have a teacher there in person with you, but I do hope that you were able to make sense of all of this. And, well, what can I say? Like a picture, a video is worth 1,000 words. This has been the A major scale.